So moving on to voice search, this is our last topic, and this is, I won't play this video, but you guys may remember Amazon rolled out this funny Alexa ad during the Super Bowl. And essentially the point of this particular video from my perspective is we're starting to engage with these devices like they're human beings. We're talking to them. We're asking them questions, and we're expecting them to return answers. And so the implication is, as we move along, that as the amount of these devices start to increase and voice search becomes more and more prevalent, how does that impact search? How does that impact our website and the ability for customers to find us? So now we not only need to think about the written word, we need to think about the spoken word and how people are using the spoken word to find the information that they're looking for. So here you see some statistics on millennials, Gen X, and baby boomers and their adoption of voice search. And you can see millennials are driving the trend, but everybody else is growing too. And this trend is going to continue going forward. Another example of the number of smart speakers that are projected to be in homes over the next few years, looking at close to 70 million households in 2022. Now that's a projection. It might be a little bit higher, might be a little bit lower, but think about how these devices are starting to penetrate your home. They're going to be penetrating your cars. They're going to be penetrating your offices. And we're going to be interacting with these devices, and we're going to be asking them questions about the products and services that we sell. It's important to note who owns the device, who's the manufacturer. And I have talked to some friends of mine who have both a Google Home and an Amazon Echo, but the vast majority of people pick one. And I know some people who are putting these devices in multiple rooms, not only in the living room, the family room, sometimes even in their bedrooms. And it's really important to know that because whoever owns the speaker can influence the result. And here's some data that somebody, Bain and Company, found that shows that in Amazon's case, Amazon is promoting their brands over people in their marketplace. Yet Amazon makes a ton of money from other companies selling on their marketplace, but they make more margin if they sell their own branded products. So just remember that whoever owns the speaker owns the result. And so you have to understand that motive as you're starting to optimize for this technology in the future. So according to Search Engine Land, one of the important things that voice assistants are using are featured snippets or rich snippets, again, going back to that structured data. And they're suggesting that you need to optimize your structured data because that'll help in voice search. But that evidence is not necessarily true. Found this snippet from another organization called Backlinko. They did some testing and they found that schema may not play a key role in voice search rankings. That may be a function of the fact that the prevalence of schema markup out on websites is still pretty low, so it may be a little bit of an adoption thing. I think it's too early to tell, but there are some things that you can focus on that you can impact today. Page speed, we've talked about that. Secure sites, we've talked about that. Social engagement and popularity, we've talked about that. Making sure your content's easy to read, and according to their research, the average voice search result is written at a 9th grade level, so make it really easy to understand. And then long form content, again, there's this push and pull between a mobile first environment and being able to provide enough context so that voice assistants and AIs can figure out what a particular page. This is all new technology. It's going to change, and then 12 months from now, we'll be having a different discussion as to what's important in this area. But you should start preparing now for that future. So just a couple parting thoughts on SEO. I think voice search and mobile search will continue to converge. So the example is I'm in my car and I'm asking Siri or Cortana or any one of these voice assistants or Google, show me a new single family homes and the implications near me under $500,000. And that might end up being just a voice result that gives me the top 2 or 3 communities in the area. Or on an e-commerce context, what would it be? What would you see if voice search were linked with visual results? And so envision a smart TV connected to Alexa and displaying results on a screen for a query like, Alexa, please show me men's trail running shoes in size 7. So these technologies are going to continue to converge. And there is a lot of evidence that voice image recognition technology is starting to make its way. So, you know, the integration of a camera and a voice activated digital assistant and you asking a question will return results on devices in multiple ways that we haven't even thought of today.